Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius April 7, 2022. It can be somewhat challenging to integrate your needs for mental stimulation with attention to your responsibilities today, but not impossible. Today's Mercury-Saturn minor challenge is useful for identifying flaws so they can be edited and fixed. Still, it can be problematic if this same energy is applied to personal connections. Watch for being too critical or self-critical today. There can be benefits from focusing on your practical affairs and uncomplicated matters. With today's moon, you want to get comfortable or build upon already in-progress ideas and projects. Where is all of your energy going? Where have you been dismissing and neglecting your self-worth? Single or taken, you must be incredibly discerning at this time, especially when it comes to financial assets you share with a significant other. However, if you're in the process of getting to know someone, it's important for you to start reflecting on the overall value they bring to your life, as opposed to jumping to conclusions. Mercury in Aries in your communications sector would easily lead to that type of scenario. Check and triple-check financial contracts, and sleep on them if you have to. You can do it all. Although it can be daunting to think that you can handle whatever life throws at you, just know that it is possible to meet each commitment head-on. As Venus in Gemini squares the North Node in Taurus today, you may be surprised how you can delegate and organize accordingly. Venus is sweetening your identity, making you incredibly attractive to each person you work with. So, the square with the North Node indicates that how you come across to your colleagues could make a positive difference in the destiny of your professional lifestyle. The moon is not only spending its final hours in your income sector aligned with Jupiter and Neptune but with perfect timing. Not only are the planets of luck and dreams just days away from aligning, with the Sun and Mercury gone and Venus not returning until next week, this is a chance to step back from the coalface and focus on the big picture. You are enjoying harmonious relations with family and friends. Take time for shared activities, they will give you great pleasure. Occasions like this let you see what kind of person you are and the role you play amongst family and friends. What could be better than to find yourself in the company of others? Weird. Things were so supremely great there for a couple of days, but today you feel a touch grumpy. Okay, you feel really grumpy. Lay low. Don't beat yourself up over it. Don't let how you're feeling pass you by, instead voice your romantic wishes, and tell others what you're willing to give and what is expected in return. Go out and make yourself noticed, be courageous. Find the person who is right for you and discover how you might begin to share wonderful times with another. The aspect at play reminds us that there are always two ways to do something, if not more. You can either work out or not. You can eat healthy food, or not. Then there are decisions we make unconsciously. How do you sit in your chair when you work? Do you use good posture, with a strong back and the abdominal muscles slightly flexed? Or do you slouch and let your shoulders cave in? Pay attention while you still have a choice. On this day, consider that artistic expression can happen in many ways. It isn't always about drawing a picture, singing a song, playing music, or acting in a play. The way that you arrange your home or office is an artistic expression. How you dress and do your hair is also. Each thing you do is an expression of you and your choices of style. Never worry about not being artistic. Rest assured you are. If you have an occasion coming up, why not put some of this talent to use by making something? While the planets that she left behind when she left Aquarius yesterday are regrouping, Venus is spending her first full day in your income sector assessing the cosmic conditions and what she has to work with. While Venus' return will kick off the most potentially lucrative weeks of any year, she can only work with the available resources. For the first time in 12 years, Venus has not only returned to find Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion here, but leaving next month ready to make his final weeks count. This explains what could be a sudden rise in confidence. A day after Venus, the planet of love left Aquarius, the moon is still in your romantic sector while a friendly aspect to Mars, who is still here, is helping to capture the spirit of romance. Mars is looking for something to channel his passions and fighting spirit into, with today's romantically charged lunar vibes the perfect channel. Our eyes in the sky. Ready or not, it's time for a round of Big Boss, Little Boss at the office. If your supervisor isn't very savvy, you could be forced to take control of a current project. They might be protective of their role, but you can navigate your way around this power play. The Aries new moon could rock our world by shaking up our sense of stability. Under this luminary, we are cosmically asked to step up and manifest a new vision, which could prove challenging. The universe could create obstacles and throw roadblocks in our way, but with the right planning and a positive attitude, you can overcome them and fly high. But hits to the ego and emotional meltdowns will happen. Think of this like a seasonal shedding. In order to embrace the new, we must let go of what we've outgrown and no longer need. Unfortunately, if you haven't been trusting your instincts, you may have been thrown off your path. Now you're learning that you need to rely more on your third eye when dealing with others. Your intuition can be a lifesaver if you're open to accessing it. Whether or not the is something you are celebrating today, you will be assisted by the ambitious and practical Gemini moon. This should help you get everything done precisely and accurately. If you're able to be around relatives today, this lunation is especially supportive of stepping up and being there for family members. And even if you aren't planning any kind of gathering, you will most likely be the one from your clan chosen to be in charge of organizing current events or ones coming up in the future. Today is also about overcoming obstacles, as this strong and committed lunar energy supports you not giving up no matter what you're up against. Take some time to consider your role in your family, your neighborhood, your community, and society as a whole, and then make a plan so you can be a better contributor to any and all of these important groups. By now you know there are ways around in-person meetings. Stand up and be counted by making a worthwhile contribution to the world. Later in the afternoon there's a Moon-Neptune sextile that puts you in touch with your emotions and allows you to rely heavily on your intuition. If your partner, friend, or parent says they're fine but you can feel that they're distant, don't just let it go. Your compassion and understanding can make a big difference in someone else's life, so don't ignore that little voice that's saying, something is wrong.